Hello. Today we're going to talk about the current scene on this planet. So you see a lot of things are happening right now with coronavirus, protests, George Floyd, and so on. And you might be wondering what's going on. Well, there's a lot of change happening this year. You see, this year 2020 is a very special year. This year it's going to determine like what's going to be happening for the next 10 years at least. Why is that? Because in this year everything is getting locked in. This year is so important, it determines everything. So what happens this year is very important. We gotta make it go right. What does that mean? It means that the government and these people, they need to be brought to justice. And that means that people who are using their power in the wrong way needs to be put to justice. So yeah, that's all that it means. And it also starts with you and me, and that we simply make everything go right. Yeah, that's right. It starts with you and me. We need to take the right step. What does that mean? Listening to yourself. What does you say to yourself? What should I do? What is the right thing? Moral and ethics. You know? Like, in this year we have to be more productive because we have to work harder. Our estimation of effort has to be higher because we cannot operate on a normal basis in an abnormal time. We need to operate more high productive in these strange times where people don't have jobs and so on. You know, that's what it's about. Secondly, you can eat well. If you eat well, you're gonna be good because the sort of energy you put in your body is very important on how you're gonna feel. For example, I recommend eating more plant-based foods because that's better. But what you want to do is not eat the chemicals. You don't want to eat the GMO stuff that Monsanto is owning. You want to eat organic food, no chemicals. You want to eat foods that are high quality. So if you're going to eat meat, eat an animal that has lived a good life. Not some animal where, there's a lot of pain. If you eat an animal who has been through a lot of suffering, you get that suffering when you eat it. So you want to eat food that have a high vibrancy, high vibration, very good energy. This will give you that energy to you, so you will feel good. And this is very important. And also, like 100 years ago, there was foods that were a lot more nutritious. The herbs are not as nutritious now. You can also grow your own food. This is a good thing. I have already started it myself, and I do recommend it. Another thing I'm going to talk about is 5G, and you surely have heard about it. It's rolling out in every city that is major, like since the last few weeks at least here in Stockholm where I live. There's a lot of protests about this as well, and for good reason. And the media and the people that own the media, of course, don't want you to know that, because they want you to keep being asleep. But it's time for people to wake up right now, and a lot of people are waking up. They cannot continue to be numbed down, people, because then civilization would go down, And I can tell you, civilizations has been going down for millennia by these people. And yes, you're a spiritual being, and these things has been happening for a lot of times. This is just another time, but we're not going to let it happen this time, because we have technology to improve the mind, and I will go into this further. There's a book called Dynetics. You can check it out. It's very good. Modern Science of Mental Health. I really recommend it, and I will make a whole video later about it. Anyhow, for this video I'm going to talk about 5G. As you understand, there's different energies and these go through you. Mobile phones and other things. Now 5G is at least 10 times stronger than 4G. So you can definitely feel the vibrations of this thing, and I have. And many people do, and many people get sick. I had a friend, he showed me something very interesting. And that is that people in the government, they are aware of this thing, but they don't not let everybody know about it. You see, what they did is they built this whole apartment complex where they lived, some people in the government, and they had specific door and specific glass so that no vibrations of this 5G could go in. So they were good because they don't want the government officials to get sick. So you understand, they keep you from this, knowing this, because they want you to be in a bad frequency. You see, it's all about energies. And also, like, you know, you can do grounding and crystals. This is good for good energy. You can there's tests about this. For example, grounding helps you to get the energies from the Earth's surface, which is good. But let me just finish from another point. So there's different vibrations, and the vibration of 5G is not good. But it's also, you know, there's also different emotional tones. For example, you could be enthusiastic. Hello, how are you doing? Or it could be on serenity. You're a very high tone. It's one of the highest tones, if not the highest, you know. Or you could be on boredom. And I can, and I probably will go in depth on all of these emotional tones and where they come from. But you see, there's different vibrations. So, what vibrations do you think that a 5G will affect on you? Well, for me, my personal viewpoint will be anger, frustration, antagonism, boredom. It's not good, I can tell you that. And in the areas that I've been, I don't feel good. Where there's high 5G, I don't feel good, and I see that people don't feel that good. It does have an effect. That's all I'm saying. You, of course, I'm not saying you don't need to be affected with this. You can just confront it, be there, and you'll be much better off than if you're gonna be sad about it. You can, by being in high tone, happy, good vibration, you can then have a greater resistance to all bad things. This is, of course, something that you probably know about, some of you at least. It's very fundamental, it's rational. Anyhow, the other thing that I was going to speak about, right, so grounding. I recommend grounding as it helps with getting good energy to your body. But what it does actually is, you see, there's negative ions and positive ions. This is very good to understand. It's very simple. I will keep it simple anyhow. So there's negative ions. Negative ions comes from the ground. They go into your body and they neutralize, balance the positive ions so that your body becomes in balance and you'll feel good, better. And positive ions comes from like sugar, things that are like screens. Yeah, you can imagine all these bad things like bad quality meats, etc. And negative ions comes from the good things like organic vegetables, organic greens, all kinds of greens, herbs, fruits, berries, everything you can imagine. Being in the sun, why not? Maybe not, I don't know. But I do know that if you go and swim it will affect very much. The water is very healing. It's more healing than standing in the ground. Of course, I'm talking about like a good lake or something, or in the ocean. Yeah. And also when it rains, it becomes more negative ions on the sphere. That's why it feels very good when it rains. Like, oh, I want to breathe that. Good as prana, you know? So, yeah. That's what it does. And of course, crystals and minerals also helps with this good energy. And I recommend you check it out for yourself. So yeah, guys, this was my video for the day. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. These are some positive things that you can do so you're more cause over your life, you're improving your life. Simple things that you can do. Alright. Ciao. See you. Good energy to you.